you just love it when your children have been playing on your technology and you come into your office expecting just to be able to come into Facebook without any passwords to discover that the little people have been in and they've been logging you out of everything? Right, today I'm going to share 3 simple strategies that you can use in your business straight away that will feel amazing and will get you seen and heard by your soulmate clients. So this is Wednesday's marketing strategy thing. So I had a whole conversation at the beginning of the week where I said, kind of put my hands up and said, within Live Your Abundant Life, this free community, I've been very lax with putting up the daily themes, and there was a reason for that. They felt a bit bland, a bit like everybody else is doing these things. And also I understand that you're here in this group because actually what you want is, yes, you want connection with other female entrepreneurs who are on a similar journey to yourself, but you also want the insider knowledge, don't you? You want to know what the strategies are that I'm using to get my business to where I am. You know, if I'm really honest, that's why I'm in other people's groups, because I actually want to have like a look at what they're doing. You know, let's be honest. So what I've decided to do is just have 3 days where, like, on Monday I'm going to share a journaling exercise. So I've got a really great one for the first Monday, which is coming up. Wednesday is going to be like a marketing video where I will share some strategies that you can go and implement straight away that I have trialed, and I'll come back to that, so I'll pause there because I've got something else to say there. And then on Friday, it's kind of over to you, and I'm going to really be encouraging you to come and use video in here to introduce yourself, share a tip, share part of your journey, so that you become very comfortable and very confident using video in your business. Because I don't have very many rules, do I? Money, mindset, and video are kind of my 3 non-negotiables, aren't they? But they're the things that, if you really want to have really positive impact on your business and you've got an online business, they're the 3 things, you know, and you can decide to choose to use video in all sorts of different ways. You don't have to be doing lives everywhere. But Fridays is kind of your time to come in and be seen and heard by this community. So something else I wanted to add there, the bits in between, the times in between, you know, Monday through to Sunday, to be honest, this is your space where you can come in and connect with each other. You can come in and share what's going on. If you've got a great blog post, if you've got some traction on something that you really wanted to share with us, that, you know, a strategy that you've been using, you wanted to come in and share that with us, come and do that. If you've got questions, come and ask questions. And if you see somebody asking a question, don't wait for me to answer it if you feel as if you've actually got a brilliant response to it. Please show up and be an authority in this group as well. So that's the kind of changes that I'm making to Live Your Abundant Life. To be honest, I'm quite relaxed, aren't I? I'm not here to be the group please. I want us to be connected. I want it to be of value to you. So good morning, Jen. Good morning, Carol. So so let's just clarify something else. So I said that I was going to deliver a marketing strategy every Wednesday, and then Wednesday's passed and I obviously didn't deliver it. So I'm delivering this week's today. Don't worry about it. This is just how I go. You know, you'll get your stuff and you will get it most certainly on a Wednesday, but I'd obviously only made that decision after my schedule had been put together and Wednesday was pretty busy. So morning, Kelly. Lovely to see you here. Yay! Come and say hi. Come and tell me what's going on. I'm very excited because I am going on leave. I'm going on holiday tomorrow. My children's holidays for Easter start early, I think. And we're going off to Seville. So really looking forward to it. The weather looks changeable, but you know, it's an adventure. We're doing quite a lot of traveling and we absolutely love this kind of time out where We're not really connected to the rest of the world. It's just the four of us traveling, having an adventure, and just having a really nice time. So no doubt you will be seeing on Instagram and places like that where we are. So if you want to come and follow me, you can do that. So 3 really simple strategies to get you seen and heard. Obviously, I'm going to push your boundaries a little bit. I'm not going to be sharing strategies that you've heard over and over again. I'm going to be giving you some strategies that are a little bit more advanced, but that's good because that's what you probably need. So number 1 is, right, so before we dive into this, as always with my content, what I want for you to do is for you to listen and for you to decide what is resonating with you. So I will never give you a blueprint and say, this is exactly how you do X, because it doesn't frigging work, because I'm me and you're you. So you really have to listen, lean in, think about how you could use the strategy that I'm sharing with you in a way that makes you feel amazing. Sometimes things are a stretch, sometimes things are a challenge. That's not to say you shouldn't do it. But if you're listening to a strategy and you just think, that is so not me, don't do it. Find an alteration, find something within the strategy that actually works for you. And that is the crux of being successful, is showing up always as you, being really authentic and taking aligned action. It's not about taking action as somebody else tells you to do it. I tried that in 2015 and it was painful, hard work, and I didn't really grow. So don't do that. So the very first strategy is groups. So I know there's a whole load of information out there about groups. Now, there is somebody on here, Kelly, who is absolutely amazing at groups, and she has managed to triple her audience organically through being present in groups. So if you are thinking for 1 minute that groups are over, that it's a waste of time being in groups, Kelly actually is proving something quite different. So there's a load of information about groups. If you want to know more about groups and how to grow organically, Kelly's your woman. Go and ask her. But what I wanted to say is something that's happened very, very naturally, and I want to emphasize that I would only recommend that you use this strategy where you are being authentic, where you can actually genuinely give the credit to the people that I'm going to suggest in this strategy. So groups are a great place to connect with your audience. And with all of your visibility pieces, you want to be thinking about how you rock up as an authority in your world. You know, how do you rock up as an expert in marketing, in history, in alternative therapy, in mental health, in well-being, in coaching, in all of, whatever your business is. I want you always to be thinking about how you rock up as an authority in these groups. There are probably other groups where you want to go in and use them for support. So you probably would want to use this group as support. But if you were, sharing some content, maybe like a video or a blog post, you want to really be coming across as an authority in that. I really want to kind of release you from any fears that you have about, who am I to actually stand there as an authority in this. Believe me, if you've created a business around your thing, you are an authority in it. So always think about being an authority and demonstrating that. And if you want to know more about that, just, let me know. So groups, this is what's working really, really naturally for me, is there are a lot of groups out there, and there's some groups that are really easy and free about promotion. And there's some really big groups out there as well. So how do you actually cut through all of that noise and really get seen and heard by your clients? And I will say that the best way is to actually come from a point of service. So rather than choosing groups where you think that you can go in and sell, because that would be like going up to somebody that you just met in a bar and proposing marriage to them when you'd only just set your eyes on them. So really, all of our marketing should be set up so you are, going out there, getting seen and heard, but you've got the ability to nurture a relationship with people. So this isn't a wham bam, thank you ma'am sort of situation. This is a long-term strategy. Kelly's totally going, yes, this is totally true. So you want to be choosing groups that really resonate with you. It doesn't really matter about the size. There might be 400, 1,000, 10,000, but it's really about what really resonates with you. You probably want to be thinking about the person who runs a group, are their values similar to yourself? So I've come out of a lot of groups where the hosts were like hard ass and hustling, and quite aggressive and quite male, and that wasn't really my vibe. I was never going to those people who are attracted to that are not my kind of people. So really choose your groups very, very well and use it as a strategy. This is not an excuse for you to spend all day long on Facebook. So choose your groups really strategically. Hi, Jeanette, lovely to see you here. So choose your groups really strategically. Choose them with people who are your soulmate clients, and then always come from a point of service. So this isn't about you going in and sell. This is about you going in, being seen and heard as an authority, and providing service and support. So that is the bit that you've probably all heard. It's always a great reminder. But what works really beautifully when you're going in there and you're supporting people is to actually be connected to other people in the group. So I just happen to be in a very big group with Kelly and a few other people who are actually my clients. And what works really brilliantly is that there are posts on there that I have nothing to add. I don't know about the tech stuff. So what's brilliant is that actually Kelly's in that group. So I have Kelly supporting me in my world on the tech stuff, and I wouldn't have it any differently, although she might, having me as a client. But the point is that not only can I go in there and add value about business strategy, mindset and money, is that actually I can go in there and go, oh, look, tech stuff, you need Kelly. And I can do that when I'm in groups where there are other people who I know, like and trust, who I'd be really happy to recommend as somebody who's an expert in their field. So that it's like a slightly different take on groups. It's thinking about, you are connected to loads of other entrepreneurs. And if you are maybe working with them, so we've got Jeanette, I know that she's working with Cheryl. So it's like, if you really love what they do, go and hang out in groups where Cheryl hangs out as well. So you can help and support her, get seen and heard. And likewise, because Cheryl's working with Jeanette, she really understands Jeanette's business and she's going to be promoting Jeanette as well. So it's just a little bit more of a collaboration, and there was nothing agreed between Kelly and I. It was just a really natural thing that I was in a group, people were asking about tech stuff, and Kelly was my go-to person. If I was in a group where somebody was wanting to know something about mental health, Jen Stiles would be my person, or if somebody wanted to know about history, Carol would be my girl. So just think about places where you can hang out with people that you are already associated with, whether you're working with them or they're working with you, where equally you can go in and support them. So that is one strategy. But I really wanted to emphasize, and I'm sure that we would all do this, but I really wanted to emphasize is, only kind of recommend somebody if you genuinely believe in them. Okay. Number 2 is something we have been talking about a lot over with the members of the 5K Club. So the guys, the women who are in the 5K Club, we have been looking at launching our freebies this week. And it was of no surprise when I discovered that even within the 5K Club, that lots of people have these amazing freebies. They're sat on people's websites, they're really great content, but actually people aren't shouting out about them. So we've been doing work all of this week to get really clear about how to do that. So I want for you to think about getting seen and heard as an authority through your freebies. And I want you to map out a strategy that you can take forward where you're maximizing and leveraging your freebies. So there's nothing nicer than being able to like connect with somebody, see that they've got a bit of a pain point about something that you've got a resource for, and say to them, look, hey, what about this? Do you want me to send this to you? This is a free resource. And then you can help them move forward. But in the same point, you start to generate a relationship with them. You start to be seen and heard in that environment as the expert. So go and have a look at your freebies. Make sure that they're in alignment with your message, with the offers that you've got coming up, and go and shout out about them. You know, have them as a call to action in the things that you do. And this is kind of connected to the first strategy in groups. Lots of groups where you can't promote, you know, actual paid goods, but no rules about your freebie. So if you genuinely have a freebie that's amazing and would be a fabulous resource for people, really start to think about your strategy for taking your freebie out to the world and making sure that people actually are downloading it and getting the absolute juice from that, and giving you the opportunity to, you know, connect with them. And within that strategy, you want to be thinking about, you know, your message. You want to be thinking about what you want that client, you know, what you want that person to do once they've got your freebie. You know, what sits behind your freebie. How are you going to what is your kind of nurturing strategy behind all of that? And if you want some ideas, just let me know. I'd be really happy to share that. But if you put time and effort into a freebie, let's make sure that you absolutely are leveraging every opportunity with that. So that's number 2. And the third one, I love this one. It's so simple, so powerful, and absolutely everybody can use it. And it's collaboration. And not a whole load of people are talking about collaboration online, but you do see it from time to time, don't you? So at the moment, what's happening at a high level, there's a lady who's I think she's like a high level PR person, and she is connected to a ton of high-end coaches, and they're all going out there and collaborating with her. They're doing interviews. It's just the same when Marie Forleo launches the B School. And quite a few people do it, but they do it because collaboration is really, really powerful. So if we kind of bring collaborations down to us and our businesses, is I want you to think about all of the people that you could collaborate with who have got something of mass value that would be really beneficial to your audience, and equally give you an opportunity to provide that content, but also for you to be exposed to your collaborators' audience as well. So, so Alexandra, whilst I'm speaking, she's just said that she'd love some ideas about freebies that she could offer. Oh, that's really juicy. Just if you pop down what your business is and who your soulmate client is, and then we can have a nice juicy conversation. There'll be loads of people on here who can give you ideas as well as myself. Yeah, Kelly says collaboration has been key to growing a business. So this is a strategy that I took forward. It's free, it's powerful, and it's frigging awesome. And you are seen and heard by other people for free. You create a load of content for your audience, like really easily, and you're suddenly seen as an expert because like everybody's coming and, oh, who's she interviewing, or, you know, who's doing a masterclass for her. So there's loads of ways that you can collaborate, and what you're looking for is somebody who is a really good fit for your audience, and you're also looking for somebody and an agreement with that person that as they come and collaborate with you, that they will equally promote whatever that collaboration is to their audience. And equally, you want to be looking at a collaboration where somebody's got something similar that they can offer that back to you. So it's a win-win situation. And you might be thinking, I don't know who would I ask? Well, one of the best things to do is decide what your collaboration is, and I'll give you some ideas and share my strategy with you. And then just go into the groups where you are and ask people, say, I'm setting up a podcast, I need people who are like this, PM me, and you will get loads of people immediately PM me and go, yes, because this is such a great strategy. Yeah, so Carol is saying she's loving this. So this is my strategy. So obviously we are busy, crazy women, aren't we? We've got our businesses, we've got our lives, and we know that we need to create content and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, how can you leverage your time and your effort and all the rest of it? So my strategy is this, is that I have a weekly interview series where I interview all the amazing female entrepreneurs and experts and all the rest of it. I interview them over on my Facebook page, and there's an agreement there that if they've got something similar, they'll invite me back to that, and that they will promote this interview to their audience. So as the host, you get the opportunity to introduce yourself at the beginning of the interview, to hold the space for the interview, to have that really magical experience. And you can do this live or recorded, and you can do it through a podcast. There's all sorts of different ways you can do it. And then at the end, obviously you're giving your interviewee an opportunity to have their call to action, but at the end you equally have an opportunity to have your own call to action. And this is such an amazing strategy. So all of a sudden you've got an interview that's been advertised in both camps. You send the person that you collaborated to a copy of the video afterwards so they can use it. You can use that interview video in your email marketing strategy. You can put it on YouTube. You can put it in your group. Oh my God, 30 minutes a week, massive, absolutely massive impact. So very simple, very, very effective. And every single person can do this. Yeah, so Jo said that she used to do this with blogs and guest posts, absolutely. And you can do it, you don't just have to, you don't just take an interview. You can do it through blog posts, guest posts, and you can have people take over. You know, if you've got a group, you can let them take over a session. So in my Marketing Wednesdays, I might actually invite other people in, probably when I'm on holiday myself, invite people in to actually run a session for me, for my group. So loads of really brilliant things. I think people, they forget about collaboration because it isn't spoken about. But as I said at the beginning, you only have to look at the high-end coaches and experts to see that they collaborate all the frigging time. Because nobody talks about it, Carol. That's why. But yeah, collaborations has been, and it's so fabulous because by actually collaborating with somebody else, it tightens your relationship up with that person as well, so that you become like top of mind within them. And if they're running their own group and your business is slightly different but it's a similar audience, and they've got somebody who's maybe stuck on mindset, they'll say, well, you need to go and speak to Rachel about it. So you start to build these relationships up. So Alexander was looking for some ideas about freebies for her business. So her business is a VA. She does websites, admin, social media, bookkeeping, email, but she struggles with who her ideal client is. Right. So if anybody else got any questions, let me know as well. Jeanette's just said that she did a collaboration a few days ago. She teamed up with a Pinterest strategist and a masterclass. Love it. That's amazing. It's so easy, isn't it? It's so easy. So Alexander, in terms of your soulmate client, there's kind of like the bigger question, isn't it, about what your mission and your vision and your message is when you're struggling with your soulmate client. So you've definitely got some work to do about your ideal client, and that is probably a conversation outside of this particular session because that's quite a big conversation. But in terms of how to create a freebie, what you want to be thinking about is looking at the thing. It's like it's connected with your whole business model, isn't it? So it's looking at what your business model is. So there's not much point in creating a freebie that doesn't actually lead to like a call to action, which is ultimately a sales point or an invitation to come in and have a conversation with you. So you want to, like all good coaches are going to take you to the end. So you want to be looking at what would be your ultimate call to action for somebody who's downloaded your freebie. And then you want to kind of map it back. So let's say, for example, you pick social media. So we all know that we need to be on social media, and you want to go out there and research, and maybe you know from your own clients, but maybe you do some research and you discover that the biggest thing that people have about social media is about scheduling. How do you create content, schedule it across, and that's what you create a freebie for. So you create a freebie, and what I always say to my guys is that you create a freebie that's so frigging good that you could actually sell it. And it's like your best work. It's like, you wouldn't, if you were Marks and Spencer's, you wouldn't put a shop display up of like grey washed out undies, would you, in your shop? And that's exactly the same for us. We want to be putting our best kind of version of our services available for people to actually see. And then that's them. That's you, isn't it? That's you setting your precedent. Like, this is me, and this is what I do. So let's take, for example, that you decided to create a freebie around how you can schedule social media so people are on their computers the whole time. You could really talk about freedom and flexibility and leverage and all of those juicy strategies that people want to know about. And you create a freebie, and ultimately you have this sequence behind it, in a nurturing sequence, where you get somebody to a point where you say, you know, there will be people who will implement that and have a great time, brilliant, but there'll be other people who go, do you know what, I haven't got freaking time to sort that out, I actually need Alexandra to sort that out for me. So then your call to action would be to give you a call to discuss your services in some way. So let me know if that helps you, but I would say that your first point of contact would be, first kind of place to look at this is to think about who you want to work with, how you want to work with them, and what your kind of call to action would be for your freebie, and then work from there. So I hope that's given you some pointers to get you going. So it's such a juicy topic, isn't it? So 3 simple strategies, using groups in a really strategic, like service-led way, always coming from a place of service, always coming from a place of authority. And number 2 was about your freebies and making sure that you were maximising your freebies, leveraging every opportunity your freebie gave you. And your third one was collaborations. So following this, have you got any questions that you want me to answer? So you've got an opportunity to put them in the comments. If you're watching this back, please come and ask me your questions. I still see them and respond to them. And if you've had some like aha moments on this, please come and tell me what you're going to do in your business differently as a result of this. Yeah, so I was going to think that freebies is like really like putting your best knickers on display. You want them to be your most gorgeous knickers, don't you? Most definitely. I think that a lot of business analogies for women come down to the knickers, don't they? Wearing your big girl pants and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm glad that's been helpful, Jeanette. It's just a reminder, isn't it? We get stuck in a groove with all sorts of different things, and marketing is obviously one of those as well. But I've really enjoyed bringing this to you as well. So let's just go a little bit deeper with our marketing, and let's just, you know, kind of like be a little bit more strategic. Definitely. Yeah, knickers. Right, any questions before I hop off? It's been lovely connecting with you all. I've got lots of lovely new ladies in the group as well. So if that's you, please come in and let us know. We are a very intimate group. We like to get to know each other really well. Okay, so I'm going to hop off now. I've got a ton of stuff to do to get ready before we go away. I will see your comments, so keep commenting, keep coming back and telling me what you're going to do as a result of this. Ask your questions. Hopefully Alexandra will start to get some ideas about how to move the business forward. If you need to know more, Alexandra, just message me, put your comments in here, and let's get sorted. Right, lovely people. See you soon. Bye for now.